Hello and welcome to my video on VMware vSphere Distributed Resource Scheduler, or Scheduler if you prefer. My name's Tony and this is my mate Vivaldi. Now, in this video I'm using nested ESXi virtualization. I have two ESXi hosts and I've got 4 Windows Server 2003 VMs. Now I've also got a NetApp storage box and I've got a vMotion network as well, which I'll be using on this. Now I'm using vSphere 5.5 for this. If you'd like to know more about nested virtualization, you can have a look at this guy here, and he's using the latest vSphere 6. Right, let's get on with it. Okay, the first one, create a load imbalance. Right, let's go to hosts and clusters, and here you can see the ESXi hosts and the VMs I was talking about over here. And you'll notice the one of the hosts doesn't look very happy. I'll explain about that first. Let's go to monitor. And what it is, it's your host license expires in 13 days, so it's not actually broken, it's just the license is going to run out. Now all 4 VMs here are on the same host, and I'll explain about the imbalance. It's running a little script called CPU busy, and it just basically makes the CPU busy. Here's the 4 VMs, and there's the 4 scripts running. Task 2 is create a DRS cluster. So we're going to right click the lab cluster and click settings, and then it's vSphere DRS and edit over there. Okay, and what we have to do is drag this up here. Yep, that'll do. And we're going to click this tick box, turn on vSphere DRS, and then change fully automated to manual. Okay, and then click here, and then we've got this. We're going to drag this over to aggressive. Come on, aggressive. Oh, really aggressive. That's it, over there. Okay, and then click OK. And then it's on to task 3, which is make sure it works properly. So select lab cluster and then monitor, and we're going to make sure, so it's vSphere DRS is selected, and run DRS now. Now that just speeds up the process. You don't have to wait 5 minutes. Now in summary, there's a bit that I really like. So if we scroll down here, and if you look at the spirit level, look at that. That's really sad. Look, imbalanced. A few people have said that about me, but never mind. So back to monitor, and then click CPU utilization. Now we're going to, it's as default, so show as percentage, and what we can see here is that one host has all the VMs, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the poor little thing's all overloaded. You can see it's red over there, so we're going to click recommendations, and the recommendation is that 2 are migrated. This is where the vMotion thing comes in. So click apply recommendations, and then we'll scroll back up again, and waiting for this to do its thing. Now it does actually take quite a while. I have sped it up here, and later on I'll speed it up even more. So run DRS now and go to summary for my favourite little spirit level, and scroll down, and there it is, balanced. Well, that's absolutely magic. Now next thing to do here is to go back to monitor and CPU utilization, and they're not quite right, so what we'll do, we'll just refresh and wait for it. There we are, they're all level, 2 on each host. Now back to the VMs, we're going to stop this CPU busy, so we'll just Control C, like that, thank you very much, and Control C on this one too, right, and Control C, poof, gone. Now the next one's about VM to VM affinity rules. So we're in lab cluster, related objects, virtual machines. Now we want to prove that the hosts have 2 machines on each, so useful tip is right click here and show hide columns, and there we are, host. So if we tick that and OK, and then zoom, there we are, we can see, especially if we go dunk like that. Oh, gone. No, they're not. They're back again. Right. So we can see that 2 are on one and 2 are on other. So right click Settings on Lab Cluster, and then we select DRS Rules and the Add button. Click. Now this opens up eventually. There we are, and what we need to do is drag it up there. Now I won't do this anymore, I'll just cheat in future. So this is called chocolate. Oh no, it's not chocolate. No, it's called co-locate Tony VMs. So we click that there, keep virtual machines together, that's the one we want, and add, and we're going to add all of the VMs that we have. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and click OK, and click OK again. So this rule, as the name suggests, keeps all the machines on one host. So there they are, on split down the middle at the moment. Recommendations, run DRS now, and there's the two machines that it would like migrated. So apply recommendations, click, drag that back up there, and wait for this to do its thing. Like I say, takes a while, but not if you edit it. Right, interrelated objects and virtual machines, and there we are, they're back on the same host. So right click and settings again, and what we're going to do, we're just going to disable this. So we'll go edit and enable rule, no, and just go OK. So with that disabled, we'll move on to the next one, which is create, test and disable an anti-affinity rule. So we'll right click Lab Cluster and then click settings, and what we're going to do, we're going to go add and add a new rule, which is separate Tony VMs, and that's it, separate virtual machines, and we shall say add, and in here there's the 4 VMs, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So OK and OK again. So as the name suggests, the idea of this is to separate machines. So now it's saying migrate 1. Migrate 1. That's interesting. There's 4 on 1. It's saying only migrate 1. Right, apply recommendations. So we'll scroll back up again and wait for it to do its thing. There we are. It takes a while, and go to related objects. All 4 are on the same, and go faster, 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 faster. Done. Right. Okay. So do a refresh, and now we shall see that 3 are on one and 1's on the other, which is a bit strange. I suppose they're separated, but that's not quite what I expected. So if we go into summary and look at the lovely little spirit level, it's sort of nearly in the middle, but not quite. I don't quite know why it would have not chosen 2. Maybe it would have been more in balance with 2 on each. But what we'll do here is we'll run DRS now and just see if it suggests anything else. Nope, it doesn't. It's quite happy with 3 on one and 1 on the other. So we'll go right click Lab Cluster and settings, just for a change. Now what we're going to do is click on the separate rule that we just made, and then click delete, and it says are you sure, and we go yes please, I want to get rid of that one. And now if we wait for a few seconds, it will be gone. Okay, on to the virtual machines to host affinity rule. So right click Lab Cluster and settings again. We're getting good at that, aren't we? And this time we're selecting DRS groups, and we'll add a group which is called Tony VMs, which is a VM DRS group, and BOF, BOF, BOF and BIF. That's all selected. OK and OK again. Come on, that's it. Right, we are going to add another group, this time Tony ESXi1 host of a type host DRS group. Click add and just select the ESXi1 and OK and OK again. And now we need a rule for this, so we click DRS rules and add, click, and this is called run only on Tony ESXi host. It is of a type virtual machines to hosts, and it brings these drop downs. So that's all that's in there, whereas this one has 4, but we are going to choose must run on hosts in group, and at the bottom that's the only host group we've got, Tony ESXi1 host, so OK. So we got the group and we got the rule to say that it should run only on that group, which is ESXi1. So run DRS now. It's already saying migrate that VM over. So we'll do the magic. Oh, that was done very quickly, wasn't it? Right, let's go to related objects, virtual machines, and now we can see they're all 4 on the same host as expected. So we'll right click this and ooh, my cursor's turned into a clock. Anyway, what we're trying to do is, this is a bit strange, migrate, and we'll click, that's really weird, click next, and we're trying to migrate it onto the other host, but unsurprisingly, we'll tick this box here, but it says virtual machine Tony blah 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 would violate a virtual machine host to affinity rule, so we can't do that, so we'll just click cancel. Oh, that's very strange. It's like it's on a lead or something. It's a little dog clock. Right, so right click lab cluster and click settings, and what we'll do, we'll click this new rule that we just made, and when it comes up, edit with the clock dog, and we'll just get rid of that. And now it's a Canon apparently, so it's time for me and ClockDog and Tchaikovsky to say goodbye, and thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.